Hello, everyone. Happy early Valentine's Day and welcome to It's Back, another virtual Wine Wednesday here with our friends at Door Peninsula Winery, live from the winery here in Door County. It's Elizabeth Kay with
Man, you're gonna make me blush.
John Kuhn. John Kuhn is here.
Had to do it. Had to do it.
We had to do it. We've got Beth and Rob here with the winery as well. We're going to be tasting 5 wines tonight. We're going to be sampling some fudge and having a lot of fun, asking questions, and really just having a good time. And John also said he'll answer any question.
Yeah, why not? We're drinking wine.
You don't mind.
Fun. Let's have fun.
All right. Well, we want to make sure that you all know how to participate with the questions. So find the chat wherever you are watching right now and show us and tell us where you're going to be watching us. Are you down in Milwaukee? Are you down the road here in Door County? Are you in Green Bay? Are you in Eau Claire, Illinois, Indiana? We want to see in the comments where you all are. And some of the comments will actually be on the screen.
Yeah, that's the first thing to that. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a virtual tasting.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we'll actually be able to show your comments on the screen as we're answering them. So that will be fun.
And the winery right behind us is magnificent. I mean, it's huge. And where we are is the wine tasting bars. This is a perfect spot to taste. And some of you that have been to the winery have probably enjoyed some wine here before. For those that haven't, the tastings during the week are free.
Free tasting. 7 days a week.
If it's free, it's for me. All right, well, let's jump into this, okay? We want to jump into the wines. You guys hopefully have your wine tasting kits. What's the first one we're going to be trying?
Well, first, before we get to the wine, I want to talk about the wine tasting itself. So those of you who have done this with us before, John, for your first time joining us, we talk about the 5 S's of tasting. So those are see, swirl, smell, sip, and then sip. So we want to look at our wine, swirl our wine, smell the aromas of the wine, take a sip, and savor that finish of the wine. So our first wine we are going to do that with is the Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc. Everyone get your Sauvignon Blanc wine if you have it from your wine kit. Okay, we've got bartenders here. Oh. If you guys are OGs of Wine Wednesday, you might remember my husband Eric was here helping out, and Eric made the joke that he was replaced by his Green Bay Packer legend. So he doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. So John, that's
I'm
sorry.
glad we stepped aside, John.
But he does have the fancy cow.
Yes, yes.
His fancy cow with his Garmin outdoor watch. I
Fancy
absolutely love it.
to a point.
Well, it was a fun tradition to do virtual wine tastings when we were all locked in our houses with quarantine and during COVID. But we found that it was a great way to bring people together from all over the state, all over the country, and that's what wine does. It brings people together for conversation and good wine.
Sharing wine with friends.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got our 5 S's. Again, what are they?
See? So if you look at your wine, you're going to notice that this is a very light color. It is almost colorless. Very, very pale.
Yeah, it's almost like you can see completely clear. Correct.
Then you want to swirl your wine.
Don't spill it.
Don't spill the wine, swirl the wine. So as you're seeing that, you're going to also watch that opacity, and then when you stop, you're going to see it trail down your glass to look for the legs, which is a sign of alcohol content and anything else. And we're going to smell our wine. So smelling the aromas of the wine is very important for wine tasting. And while eating in general, you get a lot of flavors out of your nose. So really, it's important. Even when you're eating, you're smelling, that's what you're tasting. So, what are we smelling in this? We are smelling.
I'm smelling
Floral. It's very floral.
I smell, okay, it's a fruit. It's fruit. I can't tell if it's more fruit or more citrus.
A lot of citrus.
A lot of citrus in this one?
Yeah. Grapefruit is what I get. I also get a little lemongrass. A little bit of that.
So a little bit of lemon makes me feel
Lemon.
like it would be paired well with fish. You think about putting some lemon on your fish, or fry.
Absolutely. Fish, poultry, Also, citrus aromas are indicative of high acid content, which we'll get to when we sip, but anything that's acidic is good. So creamy food, rich food, that's a good thing. I like that.
Chicken pasta.
Chicken
Yes.
Chicken
pasta.
pasta, chicken Alfredo.
So a little question for John here, who does enjoy fishing and lives here in Wisconsin. What are some of the best areas that you like to go fishing?
I like to fish in the bay. I like to travel up to the sister islands and fish with smallmouth bass quite a bit. Do some work out there and see what you can get. And I haven't done it yet, but a buddy of mine has a shanty out there. I want to get out there and do some fishing on the ice.
So you'll do the ice fishing.
I will do ice.
Oh my gosh.
There's plenty of ice right now.
There's
The weather we've
plenty
had,
of
so-
ice. Exactly. Being out in nature here in Wisconsin is just one of the best things that we
It's
have.
the best part.
It's beautiful.
So we're supposed to sit.
Let's sit, yeah, we're
We
behind
sit
it.
Oh,
Sit-
I was
Sit-
working
sit-
ahead then. I was clearly working
But we
ahead.
do have a couple comments saying peach. Peach definitely in the aroma and the flavor.
Isn't that funny when someone does this, when someone mentions a different flavor, it's almost as if instantly
Yeah, you can taste it.
you can taste that one. It's really good.
We were waiting for
So
we were waiting for peachy.
it's true though, when you say a flavor, it's easier to pick out. So I also like to hear what other people are tasting before I speak. Because I live here 5 days a week. I drink these all the time. So
Well, and also it kind of depends on what have you been eating before you've gotten here. What's already the taste that's in your palate. And you think about cleansing your palate. I know we have some crackers here and pretzels, and that's always important when you're wine tasting to do that because that can also then pull out different flavors as well.
yes, absolutely. We do have our crackers and our pretzels. We did pick an order of wines today so that the flavor progression should be pretty natural. We shouldn't have one of the wines overpower another one. But if you're ever not tasting something or you want to just start fresh, grab a cracker, grab a pretzel, grab whatever you have around, take a sip of water, and then take another sip, and you might get all these flavors out of it.
Okay, well, and if you have any questions, again, send them in the chat. We've got, Rob's gonna be on you to see over there, to see what the questions are, if anybody's coming through, and some of your questions will be put up there on the screen. How did you decide what wines to pick for this wine tasting event? Was it hard to decide to pick only 5 wines? Because you have how many wines here?
About 72. Ish.
There's something for everyone at Door Peninsula Winery. There really is. I mean, there's sweeter wines. There's some if you like a dry wine.
So we picked some that are newer to us, some old staples and some old favorites, and then just some that fit the theme of Valentine.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what all.
My personal favorite Valentine's Day wine will be in this, so we'll have that when we get to it. But
And I know there's a special wine in here too. There's a wine that not many people have tried yet. Isn't there like a limited edition?
there's a wine in here that if you bought this kit, you're the only ones who have tried it besides us here.
Cheers to
We haven't
that.
released it yet.
Exclusive.
All right, so the thing best of this wine is just after you swallow, your tasting has the flavor changed. What kind of lingering flavors are on your palate? Are you still tasting acid? Are you getting tannin? Is that fruit left behind, or is it kind of washed away? So that's the final mix of our tasting.
So interesting, when you say steam, you're looking at the legs. What am I
Yes.
watching on these legs, and what does it tell me?
So when you see wine run down the glass,
Mhm.
it should divide into, if there's high alcohol content, streaks. You'll see streaks going down the glass. That's indicative of not only alcohol content, but viscosity.
Wait, what was that word?
Viscosity.
Viscosity. A new word for everyone. Well done. Viscosity. Okay, and then you can see the length as they run down the glass.
Yeah, well, the alcohol is about 12.5% alcohol. So that's pretty average for wine. It's not super high alcohol content. It will take a moment for those legs to form, but they do form.
And then a question that we had, one of our mixers at the radio station sent us was, they wanted to try the wines. They are able to join us tonight, but their question that they were asking was, how long do these wines last once they're open?
So I'll take that one. So yeah, once you open a bottle of wine, especially if you keep it with a tight seal, put it in the refrigerator, a week at least, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before it really loses its flavor.
The ones that are refrigerated, what about if it's a
If it's a red wine, just keep it in a dark, damp, cool spot. So don't put it in your windowsill, direct sunlight, and still about a week and a half.
okay, all right, that's good to know because if
It's
a
carbonated a little less.
and we're going to enjoy a carbonated wine in a little bit. Excellent. Okay, do we have any questions or anything anybody wants to ask about the wine before we move on to the next one?
Looks like just a few comments about our audio.
Sounds
We are doing
breaking up a little bit.
Our sound, okay, well, we're going to make sure that we speak up and get even closer to the camera. But we will then move on. We've got engineers that are behind the scenes. And we'll keep moving ahead and make sure that we can go to the next wine. Thank you for the feedback because that's important. We're here on camera. We want to get everything back at home.
We have got Brandy who says a bottle of wine lasts less than a day in her house. So
That's common, right? That'll happen. Well, and it is, I think, important to know how to take care of the wines because if you invest in getting a case of wine, maybe you're not going to drink it all in one sitting. That happens too. The best way to make sure you store it. If you follow Door Peninsula Winery on social media, we had that cold snap that happened with those terrible cold temps. You guys put up a video, a time-lapse video of how long it took an actual cork to pop out of a bottle when it freezes. And what, you fast forward, how long was
We
it?
did. It was about 5.5 hours.
That's all. That's
Yeah.
crazy. And so it just expanded enough,
Fully and cork popped right out. Stayed in camera view too. We were happy.
if you've ever ordered wine from us and then received the contact saying that you held your package in winter, that's probably why. Because we have had packages go out and then a cold snap comes through and the bottle will open itself before it can get to your door.
Mm.
So
Jeez, I know. What can you do sometimes? In Wisconsin, it's bitter cold, but John likes it because then the ice is frozen and the water's frozen. You can get out and do ice.
Yeah.
All right. So do you suggest that we drink water and clean the palates?
Yes.
What should we do? Eat some pretzels?
grab a pretzel. Also, if you have a little bit of solid blanc left, you can save it and then you can do a sit back and forth. You can have the flavors change for next wine.
All right.
So if we just save a little bit of that Sauv Blanc when we move on to our next wine, which is the Rosé.
You have to say rosé all day if you're having rosé. I mean, you see it on the wine glasses, you see it on the sweatshirt. All right, so we're gonna get going with the rosé. John, little Q&A for you as we're hanging out here. So why did you decide, and as Packer fans, if you're Packer fans watching, I'm sure you love that you're gonna join the Packer Broadcasting Network. Why did you decide to stay in Wisconsin? You could have lived anywhere. It's not your original home. We embrace you like you're our own, and you helped get us a Super Bowl victory. But why did you decide to stay in Wisconsin?
I just went on the show the other day on the radio show. It was about the people, about the community of the state. It really was. And we found just demographically, people wanted to be so nice to us and always wanted us to share some stories with them. And they were pleasant while we were playing, and they didn't, they always knew who you were, but they didn't necessarily come up with the major space. And I really respected that and appreciated that. And then obviously the seasons here in Wisconsin are the best seasons, in my opinion. You get all four of them. Winter might be a little long, but summer should be their absolute best, and fall with football season. So really, it comes to the people. And the seasons for us, we grew up in Pennsylvania, my wife and I. So when we got married, this felt like home.
That's amazing. I mean, isn't that incredible? And it really says a lot about Wisconsin and that Midwest nice that we have here. So what was your welcome to the NFL moment? The moment where you realize, oh, this isn't college football anymore. This is the big league. This is big time. Do you have something that stands out to you?
Yeah, and I think this is different from most guys that come into the NFL because I went to school, Division II, Shippensburg University. We averaged a couple thousand fans in a game. And the first preseason game I ever played in was at Heinz Field. When I was with the Steelers. We were walking onto the field and looking up at the stadium. And it just kept going up and up, and I almost fell over. It disoriented me how tall the stadium was from on the field. and it took a little getting used to.
It's really interesting. I was thinking from a D2 school to that. And then the Packer fan base. I mean, we're loyal. You know, there's preseason games that are sold out. Family night. What was it like for you to be part of an organization with the big Packers where, I mean, I watched you practice as a fan. I mean, that's special. That's not everywhere.
Yeah, I was very blessed, actually. Pittsburgh, Green Bay, New Orleans, 3 incredible fan bases, 3 great ownership groups. I mean, one ownership group is the people, is the city.
Owner right here.
And quite frankly, very lucky in that aspect. The fan bases were passionate, so knowledgeable throughout the years. But Green Bay is different. It really is. And Pittsburgh was fantastic, and has a strong fan base, and every city will do what you have in Green Bay here. To go over to San Diego when they had a team, Tampa Bay when they had a team, and have more fans than the whole team, that's something that not every team can boast.
Let's go. Let's go. Packer fans all the way. GPG. It is. It's the best. And I love to hear that.
Yeah, you know, for people that have been to family night, to see really a glorified practice get anywhere from 50 to 70 fans at it, that's something that's very, very uncommon. And, you know, I think the team does a great job of making it for the fans, because it is just practice and the late show at the end. And when it doesn't get rained out, it's been rained out quite a bit, it sure is.
It's funny you say that. It is a practice for people, family night. And even though we look at it very differently. Well, this is awesome to have John Kuhn here talking and sharing these stories. And if you have questions for John, send them in the chat. Rob's going to look. He'll answer anything. He told us that ahead of time. Anything.
The newest comment just says Kuhn.
I know. And you do that all the time when you go to the store. You know,
Yeah, and they're great with it, right? I went to Best Buy in Green Bay, and I got right outside the door, and Kuhn, they waited for me outside the Best Buy to do it. And I forget what I purchased it, or something like that. Yeah, we really had to buy it. But almost.
That's awesome. All right. We'll love that. And again, we're going to get some more questions with John. So glad he's able to look into these stories. Okay, so wine number 2. What do we have?
So we have the Rosé Soiree. This was originally released in 2018. The bottle that we're drinking today has not been released yet. This was our vintage we bottled last year.
Woo, this is the special exclusive for those that have bought the wine tasting kit.
If you come into the winery tomorrow, this will not be on the shelf yet. That'll be the previous vintage. But this one is special just for the tasting. So this bottling, we did take a gold medal at
Hey, cheers! Cheers! Gold medals is kind of the thing right now. This is what happens with theme.
So this is a 50-50 blend, 2 grapes called Marquette and Frontenac Green. Now, those grapes are special because they were developed specifically to grow in colder climates like the Midwest. And they were bred in the University of Minnesota, which has a huge grape growing, crossbreeding botany program. So both of these grapes are Midwest grapes. They're made for us to grow here.
Fantastic. A little Midwest pride. Okay, and remember those 5 S's. See? This one I really want to make sure that we don't smell. This one might leave a stain.
Smell.
Okay, I know we talked about grapes, but I'm smelling cherries. I don't know if it's because we're in Door County, but I feel like that's what I'm pulling from this, is a little bit of cherry smell. Maybe it's because we are in the winery and we are in Door County.
Definitely, it has a lot of fruit aromas. So cherry, berry, strawberry. Strawberry is kind of a key.
Oh, it's tart.
That tastes very cherry. That is
No,
really,
see, because I said it, John. When you say it, it's like you taste it.
really good.
It is really good.
One of my favorites year round. Summertime, it's got the berry notes, but it's still a little heavier, a little drier, so winter.
Yeah, it's hearty enough to stand up to a meal, or you can just enjoy a glass of it.
And let us know what you think about the
I can
wines
see
as well.
Okay, I can see this in the summertime on the dock.
Yeah.
As the sun's setting.
This is really, really good. And would you say with your wines, I know typically reds, you'd think room temperature, whites, chilled. Is there a set rule on that, or is it however you want? And I ask because there's a dear friend of mine that likes to put ice in her wine. And people say that's such a no-no, that's how she likes her wine. Is there something that does it hurt the flavors if you chill it and it's not too much wine and vice versa?
So there's traditional methods, traditional standards for wine, and then there's just realistic standards of what we should do. And I mean, we at Door Peninsula and both Rob and I personally are into drink it how you like it.
Drink it how you like it.
So if you prefer a couple ice cubes in your red wine, do it. If you want your white wine room temperature, we actually have had people who drink our mulled wines, which are meant to be heated like warm, ice cold, and that is their favorite way to drink it. And it just, if you like it and you're enjoying it, then that's how it's meant to be enjoyed. We're not going to tell you how to enjoy your wine.
Yeah, I love that. And that is really, that's the vibe you can hear at Door Peninsula Winery. It is a come as you are. I mean, all are welcome. And it's not like you go in and you know everything, all the wines and all the notes. It's very inviting.
You can know nothing about wine. You come here, we'll teach you, we'll learn it. Find something you like.
We'll learn, We'll learn here.
It's part of why we offer free tasting, because we're not here to sell you. We want to find you a wine you enjoy. We don't want you to leave here and be like, oh, that wasn't my favorite. We want you to find your wine.
People can come up to Door County, stop here, figure out what they like, stock up, and then go to the race.
Exactly.
We're usually the first stop or the last stop. So it depends on your craft.
Because it's right here, the old school. You can't miss it. What is the best selling wine that you all have here? The most popular, sells year round.
So our
Now that John Kuhn is endorsing it.
our number one, and it's been that way for a couple decades, is 50-50 blend of Blackberry and Merlot wine. And funny, we're talking about chilling it or room temp. That one you can do either way. You chill it, more Blackberry, more fruits come out. Room temp, more of the Merlot, more of the dry grape. So
Interesting. So yeah, that's how it can change if you want it chilled or room temperature. And what would you pair with this rosé soirée? To food, cheese, any suggestions? Chocolate?
Well, this one has a good amount of acidity, just like the Sauvignon Blanc. So it is going to stand out to any creamy cheeses are going to go great with this.
a little spicy.
Yes, any spicy food. It has a little touch of berry, so that's going to kind of tame the spice.
Okay. All right. And if these are wines you've already enjoyed in the past, tell us what you've paired with them. Maybe you have a good suggestion. But this is really good. But I still taste those cherries. I still taste the cherries, but strawberry a little bit too.
We do have a question for John on here.
All right.
From Brandy, it says, my husband wants to ask John why he wanted to be an apprentice.
Oh.
Wait, what?
It was the backup plan. So coming out of Shippensburg, I was a chemistry major growing up. Well, not growing up, chemistry major in college. I just figured that would open some doors for some options afterwards. And I considered being a med student, and my father-in-law. It was not my father-in-law at the time. He said, "You want to be a dentist?" Those guys, they work 4 days a week and they're on the golf all the time. And I say, "Hey, this sounds good to me."
Well, he's not wrong, I suppose. Not a lot of places are open on Friday. You do have fantastic. Who are you as a backup? How did you get it? Someone did a coach for you. You have what it takes.
I got we're just meeting. We were at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Their IUP. Everybody here knows IUPUI. A little bit different. But this school had, if everybody knows, Sean McCoy, his brother was playing for them at the time, Ron McCoy. And a bunch of teams were coming to see him play. We played against him. I had a fantastic game. And after the game, there were a couple scouts who wanted to meet me after the game and said, hey, you keep your head on straight and do all the things you're supposed to do. We'll keep calling you when your season's done. And that's how it happened. And
the rest is history.
I never thought I was going to play. In fact, I I visited her and enrolled in her semester. They don't let you start in spring, and I graduated in December. So I was going to go to her. She met up in the fall, but at her Steelers training camp. That's really how that went.
How about that? Were you always a fullback?
Yes and no. A lot of offenses in high school, and even my coach, I was a fullback, but the fullback ran the ball, so you would think I was a halfback, which made for an incredible challenge coming out because I had to learn how to block. I never blocked in high school and college. They just gave me the football. And I got a crash course in Pittsburgh with the offense.
Who did you like to block for the most? What running back? Who was your favorite?
That's tough. So many great guys. I mean, I've worked for some good ones. Mark Ingram and Adrian Peterson, one of the ones, Alvin Kamara a little bit. I never blocked for Jerome Bettis, but I played with him at the same time. Willie Parker was fun to block for. I have to say Eddie Lacy. I mean,
Eddie Lacy.
The guy was just the best. If I'd say Eddie run behind me on this play, he'd say okay. And I'd say Eddie. That way. But he was such a phenomenal talent, and so many great running backs over the years. But he was probably the first one.
Well, and before we started the broadcast here, we were talking about the Olympics that are going on and talking about Lindsey Vonn and skiing with the ACL injury. And so I asked John Kuhn here, I said, so what is the worst craziest injury that you had that you kept playing? And you told us what?
Yeah, I broke my hand against it was against the Cowboys winning game. I broke my hand.
Boo! Let's just boo right now. Boo! Boo! Cowboys.
I broke it on a kickoff, and I had to finish the game. So I think I played 2 or 3 more games with the club that they taped on my hand. So
what is it about that drive that you athletes have that you're like, I'm injured, but I mean, they have to sometimes force guys to stay and want to go back in the game.
Time we got 3 fullbacks on the team, so I was afraid if I didn't, I would be.
Oh, that's why. That's why. All right. Well, again, more questions with John throughout the rest of the case. Do you have any questions?
Just real quick, Carrie has been engaging. She says our wineries must stop. Thank you so much.
Not a mess.
Not a mess.
A must
stop.
Oh, look how clean this is. It's always like this.
She also says she will be buying a bottle of this rosé, so thank you. It should be out pretty soon because it's not this year, but yeah, definitely you'll have it for Thanksgiving. And then
This would taste really good with Thanksgiving. That's think about how that would taste with turkey and some of the fixings. That would be good.
We've got a group that are doing an early Galentine's in St. Francis.
Whoa,
What?
let's
St.
go.
Francis?
Happy Valentine.
What's up? I'm a Cavalier. St. Thomas More alum. Let's go.
And then one more here. Whoop, Brandy's here. Brandy says good reasons, but speaking of golf, does Aaron Rodgers cheat at golf? Be honest.
No, he doesn't cheat, but he's very competitive, so it makes it challenging.
No.
We've gotten him full down, drag out.
No way.
Yeah.
Who's the best football player you've got? I feel like for some reason,
There's a
golf and
lot.
football will seem to be incredible at golf.
There's a lot that are really good. I don't say hand in hand with people. I just golf because it's fun.
Really?
Aaron's great. Mason's better. Longwell's better. There's a lot of tremendous golfers. Believe it or not, Josh is
Really?
darn good. Offensive lineman, he was really darn good as well.
Interesting. And favorite golf course in Wisconsin?
Whistling Straits.
Yeah, beautiful. Not far from here. All right, so should we cleanse this palate and go on to the next wine?
Cleanse the
Or
palate,
finish? Whatever.
finish the wine. If you had a little of that Sauv Blanc, bring back and forth, let me know if you had any flavor changes. Because the Sauv Blanc was more acidic than the rosé. So it should tamp down some of that acid when you switch back and forth.
That is such a difference. Yeah, when you do go back and forth. Wow. The more you know.
This was so.
All right, John Kuhn. John Kuhn loves the rosé, and he's going to be saying rosé all day.
And I know I'm gonna love it too. So
Yeah. Well, again, there's something for everyone here at your winery. 72 different varieties of wine. I mean, whether you want the mulled wines, you want something, like you said, the red, or bubbly, you have so many different varieties. And what does it take to create a new one? Is it just one day someone has an idea and you guys start testing things out with the winemaker, or is it a long process?
It can be a long process. We take everybody into consideration. So our winemaker is great. We have ideas. Our assistant winemaker joined us about a year ago. She also has wonderful ideas. So they create new wines, do samples, trials all the time. But then our team here is so great. So every once in a while, we'll get a team member will be like, hey, I had a thought. And then we kind of explore the pros and cons, or our marketing department pointing over here. We'll have a thought or hear something, request, and then our customers are so great. So oftentimes we request from customers.
So you, if you have
Suggestions.
suggestions.
So, we have a cider wine hybrid called Blueberry Fizz. That one actually came from blueberry wines. That was how we kind of developed a blueberry wine that wasn't super tart, or
We've done that in past tastings. It's a really incredible wine. I didn't think I would be a fan of a blueberry wine. We talk about a dessert wine, dinner with friends. We talk about the patio, the sun going down. That blueberry fizz, just a little bit bubbly. It's really.
And that came from you guys. We had more than one customer ask us for blueberry, and then we kind of workshopped it, and that's what we were able to produce. It comes from a little bit of everywhere. I think that goes with start to finish, flavors, ingredients, naming, what the label looks like. Everybody kind of has a little piece of the pie here.
On the labels, you do a lot of designing of the labels, don't you, Beth?
I do quite a few of the labels. I'm not solo here. Rob does labels as well. And we also do work with designers in the state, but yes, I have been known to do some of the more oddball ones, especially.
Well, and even some of the holiday wines that you have, just festive gifts for people too. They look beautiful. The Halloween wine, the holiday wine, they're really
Requested for you.
what?
Yes, we were just supposed to tell Elizabeth that we are Stephanie with an F's parents from Hartford.
Okay, yes, we love Stephanie with an F. It is Stephanie with an F, not a P. Well, that's amazing. And tell her. And again, we're bringing some old friends, so cheers. That's fantastic.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
How did the idea to start a winery?
So Door Peninsula is 52 years old.
Okay.
So that idea was not ours.
Nope.
But it actually came out of the oldest winery in the state, which is Monstilla Winery. Shout out to our friends down there.
Just love them here.
Monstilla Winery was the first winery in Wisconsin. They kind of paved the way, and then some members of their team split off and actually established Door Peninsula here not too many years later. So that was how we became a winery here, but we really wanted to dig into our local agriculture.
Mm.
So our first decade to 15 years was just fruit wine from local orchards. We didn't actually touch a grape during that time. And it wasn't until much later that we planted a vineyard and actually started getting grapes from other areas of the country and working with them and making blends and all that kind of stuff.
And this is an old schoolhouse that you have built onto over the years.
Yeah, the original building was from an 1868 school, Carlsville School.
And is it haunted?
Depends on who you ask. It depends on who you ask, if it's haunted or not. I have been here for 14 years. I've been here for 14 years. Some things have happened. I'm not ready to come and say it's fully haunted. But
Can you share any of this?
I have coworkers that are diehard that it is haunted, and absolutely. So,
But good energy. It's all good energy. I know that there's
Positive ghosts are just drinking bottles
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they sit in the corner.
Okay, but Jack, think about it. If that's a real thing, what did you want to hang out at a winery if you're in the afterlife? What's a better place to
They
hang out?
actually allegedly used to drink from bottles. It was always the same shelf every day. Come in.
Well, give me more of the blueberry fizz. Bring it back.
yeah, we had a coworker, Kathy, if you're watching. Kathy was here closing up, and a printer was jammed. She couldn't get it to work, and she started getting angry at the printer. And she says a bottle of cleaner flew from behind the printer across the room, and then the printer worked. So I don't
So
know.
even ghosts get frustrated with printers.
Thinks that they helped her.
All right, so this one, we're really excited to try this because if or you're into wine, this is the perfect combination. The bourbon Cabernet.
So we do have a distillery on site. We make spirits as well. We make several bourbons.
Several, and they're exceptional.
So our flagship bourbon, our original bourbon, we take 13 barrels after the bourbon is done, and we do an aging for about a year with this Cabernet. And that is where you're going to get some fun, interesting flavors.
It's aged in those.
In the
barrels.
used bourbon barrels.
Excellent, excellent. Are you into bourbon? A man with a beard wearing an outfit like this is clearly going to be into bourbon. This should be the whole vibe.
Bourbon beer, but my favorite one.
Yes, exactly. Good answer. Well, this is definitely much darker
Yes.
than what we've been looking at
And if
before.
you're looking at your swirls, you're going to see thicker legs as it runs down. This wine is just over 13% alcohol, so you're getting that.
So thicker legs or
More alcohol.
more alcohol.
It's not the only reason, but it's a good indicator.
Okay.
Now, we do have a question. Should your red wine be decanted? That's a great question. So it depends on your personal preferences. Decanting it lets it breathe, which can bring out more of those aromas. Smell is very important when you're sipping wine. But you don't have to decant your red wine if you don't want to. Aerating it will do that as well. You can pour it through an aerator. Yes.
Well, let's talk about the glass too, because we've been sipping these wines in all the same shaped glasses and not sure what you're using at home. Is that partly why you want to have sometimes with reds,
Yeah.
a bigger bowl of the glass?
Yep, you want a wider bowl glass, and then the swirling helps aerate that more as well. Wider bowl. We just use these are the less used better tasting bars, right? So but they're kind of set up for whites or reds.
Well, like you said, however you want to enjoy your wine. I mean, there's people that want to put wine in a Yeti and they want to enjoy it that way. Whatever works for you, just enjoy it. Now, what would you pair this with? I'm thinking a cab. Naturally, you want to go to pastas and red sauces and things like that. What would you say?
Red meats is traditional with red wine. It can stand up to the protein. I honestly, I love a steak, don't get me wrong, but I love a red wine with a burger. You know,
Great
a saucy,
idea.
dripping burger, and a glass of red wine with that. This has great flavors that would stand up to a burger. For all tasting, tell me what you're tasting in this wine. I know what I get out of it. I'm curious what you guys would taste.
Also, if anyone got the bourbon pecan order, that's the same bourbon that we age these wines.
So you are mixing this in with the fudge when you're making
The
the
actual
fudge.
bourbon.
The actual
It's
bourbon.
in the fudge. It is boozy.
It is boozy. Well,
Oh, okay.
and there should be that fudge. It isn't this fudge. It's homemade fudge.
So we make all of our fudge in-house. We have a wonderful woman who works for us by the graces of her heart, Barb. Barb, we love you. Barb hand makes all of our fudge in-house. She comes up with all the flavors, the recipes. So she created this bourbon specifically for this tasting.
She did this just for the tasting.
Yes, this is not a normal fudge flavor we have. But she came up with this just because she's like, let's make it fun.
What happens when everybody loves
Right.
Well, hopefully.
Well, this fudge, if you want fudge, I'm cutting fudge. Can we talk about how cute fudge knives are? They're just the cutest little knives. And she really makes this with love, too. And she has so many great flavors. You can walk in here to the winery in Door County and find so many different varieties of fudges. Fudges? Is that a word? Fudge?
fudge.
Fudge-eye. Thank you, John.
Real quick, John, second. So decanting, the $2 chuck tastes like a $3. I mean, you're not wrong. That is going to let those flavors bloom, and you're going to kind of get a little bit of that that acidity, that higher alcohol out of there. You're going to get the aroma. So decanting is definitely an improvement on those aromas.
And Carrie Ann says, my teenager loves the bourbon fudge.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Yeah.
fudge. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah, Barb is fantastic. We love her so much. She's been making
Over 40 years.
over 40 years.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing.
Our Mrs. Jubler, she has customers that come in and just special request an entire dinner or something that we'll box up for them. So she has a following as well.
PTO, they can order.
Yeah.
Yeah, do anything you want. Okay.
Be passionate. What are you guys more into the sweets, into the chocolates, or more into the savory, like chips and salsa and things?
I'm a sweet person.
All the way. Sweet. Like I could eat this whole thing by myself just sitting here, which is probably not what I should do, but it's that good.
Yeah.
What about you?
Growing up in Pennsylvania, we had a lazy plant right next to us, so potato chips were really big. Pretzels were very big. Scalfers was right down the road as well. Ooh, my wife is a sweet person. How it is. That's how it is. When you marry into it,
You have to eat it. You have to, right, enjoy it. Well, that's, I mean, again, you have wine here at the winery. There's so many things that people can purchase when they come here. And for yourself or to somebody else. And you even have that on your website where people can kind of make baskets and put some of these things in baskets too, right, for gifts?
So yes, we do. We have a whole bunch of different gift items. They'll make custom ones for you if you stop in the store or give us a call.
You make custom.
We'll make custom baskets for you all the time.
Nice.
Our shipping manager is here in the back somewhere. She will help you out. She's fantastic. We're very personal touch here. So
That's great. That's great. The right flavor for the right person on your list. Maybe a possible Valentine's Day gift. I know Valentine's Day is around the corner, but DCY.com, do some shopping. That's fantastic. They can personalize
There's a
it.
few days yet. We can get it out to you.
I like that. Meanwhile, Katie's in the back going, oh my gosh, I've been here all night working.
if you ask a question tonight and we don't get to answer it, you can put in a special request right now later. But she will be the one making your baskets and answering your questions.
Well, and since this is the bourbon Cabernet, I know we're talking about the winery, the distillery that we have here. Tastings that people can do if they come to Door County for that as well.
Yep, we do tastings every day, just like the wine. We do have to charge something legally. Otherwise, we would.
Why does that always have to get in the way of fun?
But it's just a really small fee. You can build your own flight. We do cocktails. A lot of times we do cocktails.
Well, if you like a good Wisconsin old fashioned, I mean, the ingredients that they have here at the distillery here at Door Peninsula Winery, yeah, you need that in your bar. That's all I'm saying. All right, so this was excellent. I enjoyed this a lot too. What do you think, Jeff?
great. And I can smell the smoke from the barrel. I can smell it, but I don't taste it.
It gives it a little sweeter note.
Oh,
Because honestly, the sweet, I don't want to say cardamom, but a little bit of a sweeter.
It comes in at that savor step, that
Yeah.
final way after you swallow and you get those extra flavors. That you can get that flavor. So right at the end, is when you're getting that bourbon barrel contact flavor. Very end of finish, but it also does soften the front.
And it's okay if you don't taste it. Some people's palates are better than others. I don't.
Well, and I feel like sometimes with bread, at least for me, the aftertaste isn't always great. But this one has a really sweet aftertaste. It's sweeter, which I enjoy as well, which is really great. So when you guys are hanging out after games and things like that, are you guys just sitting around talking about the game, drinking bourbons? Or are you guys going back to homes and icing and resting and sleeping? I mean, what was it like when you were on the team? I mean, who were your best friends? Who were you hanging out with?
You know, we go back to pretty much a lineman. So we're hanging out with a lineman, and we regularly drink beer in the parking lot for the game.
Really?
Yeah. We hung out, we tailgate after the games.
You guys tailgated after the game?
Yes, we tailgate. Well, when you win, you don't look at you so funny. When you lose a couple in a row, maybe we and we did that quite a bit. And you know what? Wives really love to do it as well. They love really celebrating with us, which was a fun thing to do. And Tom Clemens, the quarterback coach for many, many years, his wife would put on amazing food. She would have some sort of seafood, some sort of sliders. They would always have a wine bar set up as well. So all the women were taken care of. The guys were drinking light beer and themselves.
I love knowing that they were also enjoying fun beers in the parking lot. That's what happens after American games too.
Exactly.
Isn't this great to just have access to a that we have? It's so fun. Any questions or comments to get to?
So Carrie says the old-fashioned wine, which we do make an old-fashioned wine. You were talking about
You make an old fashioned.
We make a wine cocktail, so it's a cocktail out of wine into the bottle, but it's an old fashioned. It's a brandy old fashioned. So thanks for plugging that, Carrie.
Yes, Carrie, the diehard. I love it.
Jamie, if you do a tasting at the distillery, can you make the little cocktail? Okay, so we are on a local trolley tour, which is fantastic. We love having them as well. So when you come visit the distillery on the trolley, you get a little flight board of mini cocktails. We can absolutely do that for you. It's not on our regular menu, but we can do some mini cocktails.
Were they on the beginning of the trolley or the end of it?
Depends on which trolley.
You see come in here.
Oh,
Early in the morning, much calmer than later in the day.
well, in the outdoor space, too, you have an entire covered and you have fire pits and live music, so it is a destination when you come here to Door County for sure.
No, absolutely. We have a campground right next door. If you've ever visited us and you love camping, there's right next door. You can walk over or bring your golf cart over.
Golf cart parking, practically, not really.
Yes,
but
that's what I'm talking
it's
about.
parked up and down the side.
Again, come as you are here at Door Peninsula Winery. Okay,
Yeah,
there's
sure,
any other questions?
One more. Okay, we voted this fudge is legit.
Yes.
And you can
What fudge is
actually
it?
taste the bourbon. Okay, so when Barb made this, bourbon in the beginning, it kind of cooked out a little, and so she added an extra cup at the end. So there is bourbon, there is alcohol.
Okay, don't you just picture this woman, Barb? She's just like, you know what? We're just pouring bourbon in here. Making this
She
really
reminds
tasty.
me of my grandmother.
Well, you're really passionate about cooking too, John.
I love food.
You do.
I mean, clearly. I love
Clearly,
food.
yes. And sometimes you just little extras.
So back to that comment about your teenager liking it, it's not a lot, but it is alcoholic fudge. So
You've been told.
we're in Wisconsin, it's part of the culture.
You've been told. Okay, this is where we're gonna get to a little bit of the bubbly. This, for those of you that are regulars with Door Peninsula Wine, you've probably enjoyed this before. It was one of my absolute favorites. A little bit of bubbly, cherry mimosa. We're bringing the Door County cherries into the most mimosa that you love to have with your Sunday brunch with your girls. This is such a great wine. Tell us about it.
So cherry mimosa is a wine that inspired by cider. So cider is 100% apple. All of the wine in here is apple, but then we added tart cherry juice, the Montmorency that we're famous for here in Door County.
Mhm.
So this is apple wine. It's a blend of a whole bunch of different apples, sometimes up to 14 different varieties of apples, all local, all grown in Door County.
Like 14 different varieties in one batch?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't know there were 14 different types of apples. I had no idea.
We are working with our orchard partners. We buy apples from everyone that grows apples.
We'll just make that in all the apples. Well, how do you like them apples? There's a lot of them.
So we are making apple wine. It's going to be about 11 to 12% alcohol. And then we're going to add a juice component. The finished product is 25% juice, 75% wine, which means this is 8% alcohol. So a little bit lower content than what we've been working with, but very, very easy on the palate. The bubbles definitely help with pairing. Anything sparkling is going to go better with food than sparkling. Kind of cuts through that.
Well, and this is one of those wines. I have some women in my family. I have a fan of the traditional orange juice mimosas. And so when we bring this out at your brunches, your bachelorette parties, your baby showers, this is one of those that people that don't like the traditional orange juice mimosas typically enjoy this one because it's not as tart. And again, that's just a little variety to your mimosa.
So this is what we call it Door County mimosa because you're using cherry juice instead of orange juice. This is a finished mimosa in the bottle. You can just enjoy it. We do have customers who also add orange juice to this.
Because again, however you like it, enjoy it. So this is 100% apples from
Door County
From Door County.
exclusively
This whole
Door County.
product is Door County. Yep. All those cherries, all Door County orchards.
So there's so many orchards out here. What is it about this area that makes it a great place to have so many orchards and the cherries up here and to make wine like this in this
Yeah,
area?
it's a combination of the climate and the weather. Obviously surrounded by water, that makes it very temperate in the spring, summertime, fall. And then the soil. So we are on limestone, so there's not a whole lot, but it is highly enriched with those nutrients that makes and helps it grow.
Because doesn't it just seem like there's so much of that here? You drive up this way.
There's quite a bit, and people that pick cherries, people that pick apples, to do that, they can even bring some cherries and apples down here for you guys to use.
Specifically the warranty cherry that we're known for, that we
Well, and some of you watching it maybe haven't been up here to this area during the winery. And John, you have property in the area.
Mhm.
Why did you decide to get property up here in Door County? What is it about this area?
Well, when we decided to live in Green Bay, quite frankly, we spent 10 years playing here. That towards the end of that time, it was a brainer. We were starting a family. We needed to settle roots. Flying around the country all the time with little babies. So we lived in Green Bay. Well, when you live in Green Bay, you got to take a trip every now and then. So we can compare a couple different times. We just loved it. Started out coming up for dinner, anniversary, something of that nature. In fact, my wife and I celebrated our 1-year anniversary waterfront up in Sister Bay.
Oh, nice.
So
beautiful.
yeah, so we started coming up here making day trips and things of that nature. I said, man, wouldn't it be nice to not have to drive home after we went up to Door County for the day? Because it is so close. And we took some time and found a place, and we just really feeling for it. It's really great. A little over an hour door to door, but it feels like you're.
It does. It really does. I mean, having been to the Cape, and maybe some of you have been to the Cape as well, it feels like that here. I mean, but it's in Wisconsin. It's drivable. It's easy to get here. You can't miss the winery on Highway 42. Again, free wine tasting. But you really do feel like you're in a different part of the country, but yet still be here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I've been to Blue Lake, Minocqua, I've been out west, I've been to Lake Geneva, and they're all spectacular. Unless Wisconsin to have as much bodies of water and really cool places to go to. And this is a little over an hour door to door. I couldn't resist.
Can't resist. All right, so what do you all think about the cherry mimosa?
I love the apple flavor. I've never had an apple flavor other than in a cider. This is kind of inspired, but this kind of still tastes like a mimosa while having the apple flavor to it. I would prefer this over orange.
See, there you go. Exactly. And you also think about people that put cheese on top of their apple pies. I know you know someone that does that. Think about this prepared with cheese. It's a thing. It's crazy. Yes,
Okay.
it is a thing. There are people that it's Wisconsin. You can't say cheese to anything. But yes,
Is
this
it melted cheese? Is it not cheese? Is
No.
it sharp?
it's mozzarella cheese. I think good cheese,
That's
Swiss cheese. Yes, we did a whole thing on our show about this. We first heard about it. And there are people that will put cheese on top of their apple pie. I mean, think about it. It's like a baked on top. Again, you put cheese on anything. So this would be great with cheese. Right? Who's gonna say no?
Right.
It's cheese and wine. Well, this is fantastic. I love this one. My favorite so
This
far
is
on the
really
list. But I know we've got a couple more that we're gonna get to. We are getting towards the end here. Strawberry Zen. Is this a time to like cleanse the palate? We can chat for a bit, drink some wines.
It would be a good time to take our pretzel cracker. We'll have before we do the strawberries and the cherry, the tartness of the cherry, and tamp down some of the flavors. Also the bubble form, the carbonation. Great time to grab a palate cleanser and then move on to the strawberry, which is my personal favorite Valentine's wine. You'll see what I mean in just a second.
Is it romantic? You just start seeing hearts floating up in the air like little emojis.
So I feel like though, speaking of romance, mention in case some of you don't know, Beth and Rob met here at the winery, and they are now married. So you never know what this wine can do. It can bring people together in all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
It was all the straws in.
There was all the straws in. That's the lingo. Is that, do you guys have nicknames for these wines behind the scenes?
We do, yeah. I mean, some of them I won't say on camera, but our staff do.
I couldn't want to know those.
Our staff do have nicknames for some of the wines.
Yeah, John's right. John and I are in the broadcasting room. There's no FCC rules here.
So I do want to say,
I love it. She's like, where's the
well, you
come to the winery and ask for Beth, and then she'll talk to you about it.
I'm the only Beth here. So if you say Beth, they know to come find me. And I probably shouldn't say that, but it's me. So, well, now that you brought that up, just a quick fun little tangent. So this wine was released at the same time as Black Bear Merlot, which we talked about before, one of our most popular. And both of those, Blackberry Merlot, Strawberry Zin, Zin referring to Zinfandel, you can no longer name wines that. Because once you blend a fruit with a traditional grape, now there's laws and rules against using that grape name because it's no longer
The
pure.
FCC won't let you be, is what it is.
Yeah. It's the TTB, which
TTB, but still rhyme.
Wait, what is TTB?
the Tax and Trade Bureau, they govern alcohol.
Okay, yes.
No, we love them. We love them. They're the reason that bourbon is only made in America. So give them props for that.
Wow.
It's international rules and laws and everything like that.
So these names have to be very thought out. It's not just that you come up with the name and you want to name your wine that. You have to go through a whole process.
So we've been making strawberries in Blackberry Merlot so long that wasn't a rule when we first released these wines. So they're grandfathered in. We call them those things, which that's what they're made of. It is strawberry and Zinfandel, white Zinfandel. But now if we were to release this one, we have to call it something else. Because you can't name the grape when you're mixing it with something else, like a fruit.
Isn't that interesting? We just go to the store, we come here, we buy wine, and to think about everything that has to happen to get it actually bottled, labeled, on the shelf, and at your front door.
Right, so I'm gonna put you on the spot. Strolzin has to have a new name. What do you call
Whoa!
Oh, goodness. Your marketing department.
Right.
Put it on your husband.
I mean, I would definitely just lay off the strawberry. There's a lot of strawberries in it. So, and something marketable. We'll go with a strawberry blast. Just
Strawberry blast.
something basic, something marketable.
I'm going to go with strawberry sin.
Oh,
Oh, I would say strawberry staff. But I like strawberry sin. That's a good
So this is a with strawberry added to it. White Zin came out in the 70s. It was actually an accident. Red Zinfandel has been around forever. The grape is red. A white Zin was created by accident by trying to restart a project with Sutter Homes wineries. But anyway.
Yeah, you know what? That's how a lot of things happen, right? Something accidentally happens, and the rest is history.
But a huge room in the late 90s, everybody was drinking. And then it kind of fell out of favor that became like an older person's wine. Cougar juice, I've heard that term.
Love it.
Wow, that's what it should be called. It should be called Cougar Juice. All right, Cougars, come here to the winery. Now, we only have a few minutes to wrap up. Make sure you get them in before we say goodnight. If you enjoyed doing this wine tasting, make sure you give some feedback here to our friends at Door Peninsula Winery. We can do a couple more of these. They'd be fun to bring them back here at the winery throughout the seasons because there's so many seasonal wines that you all have. I think we've done Halloween wine tasting, holiday wine tasting. Think of the summer wines. We've got warm weather right around the corner. The snow's already melting outside. Oh, these are the days we dream of.
Yeah.
But we want to also mention something really exciting that's coming up. Next week, Wednesday, is National Wine Drinking Day.
National Drink Wine Day.
Either way, I've had a couple
National
of wine
Drink
tonight,
Wine Day.
and you guys have a special deal.
So we do a sale every year on Drink Wine Day. So we'll have an online sale starting on that day. It'll be 15% off 6 bottles or more. And then you'll get free shipping on a case, which we offer all the time. So that's 12 bottles, you get free shipping on that. It only takes about a day, provided temperatures are nice to get to your house. So if you order from us, we'll have it to you that same week.
That's exciting. And we'll say anytime the UPS driver shows up, you have to sign if you're receiving any kind of alcohol at your house. He always gives me a wink when he drops off the box at Door Peninsula because he clearly sees where it's from. And he's just like, all right, Elizabeth, sign for it. And he knows what's going on.
Real quick, we got strawberry is a candy wine, and I'm here for it. I'm with you. I honestly, I was hit or miss on this when I first started working here, and then somebody gave me a piece of white chocolate to go with this wine, and that is why it's my favorite Valentine's wine.
What do you
I always
think
have
about
to do white
Barb's
chocolate.
Fudge?
Barb's Fudge cannot be beat. I also did grab a couple white chocolate truffles.
Oh, let's do some white chocolate
Okay.
truffles. Let's try some of that.
we do have one other comment. And it says, yes, please keep doing the virtual. I missed it. I have all the Halloween mugs. And I'm not going to do another one. We actually have a brand new Halloween mug we released last season.
There you go. It's true.
Breaking Wine's Monster.
Halloween is our favorite season here at Door Peninsula. We go all out. We do events. We decorate. We wear costumes. We did release a new Halloween wine last year and a new mug to go with it. And I'm so here for it. I'm a Halloween person.
Well, we would love to be back for Halloween. We've had a wonderful time. Thank you for asking us to come and host your event here to bring back the wine tasting events. Again, if you have questions, comments, reach out to Door Peninsula Winery. Their marketing team is always on top of things with their social media. Where can we follow you all on Instagram?
So just add Door Peninsula Winery on Instagram and same with
Absolutely, absolutely. John, anything you want to add?
This is shocking and embarrassingly my first time in here. My wife's been here many times. The place
Cougar
is
juice. Cougar
Cougar
juice.
juice. This place is a lot bigger, a lot more involved than what you can imagine. All kinds of different wines and spirits in back is pretty incredible.
Well, I feel like we need to also just, thank John.
Oh, yeah.
We know that John gets asked to do so many different things. We know you're
For me, I get to drink 5 different wines.
I know, but you're
You're
a husband, you're a dad, you're busy with the kids, so thank you for the time. I mean, I feel like he's welcome back every time, right? You can be part of the family.
every single
We
time.
would
We'd
love
love to have you back. We'd love to do more of these to kind of come into your home and be able to talk about wine, which is what we love to hear. We love having both of you actually physically present with us today. That was amazing. We've only ever done it where we're miles and miles apart. So being together today was great. You guys was great. We love hearing from you. And we love doing things like this when we come to your home. So thank you for joining us today.
So make sure you get your orders in. You get free shipping on a case of wine. Save money next week, Wednesday. Go to dcwine.com. Our family is we sit down to eat, enjoy a meal, dessert. We always cheers to love. True story. And it's Valentine's Day this weekend. Everybody put your glasses up and we're going to cheers to love. Cheers to love.
Cheers to love.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.